Okay.
This is Noreen at the Healthy Peaceful Podcast. My guest today is Martha Soffer. Martha is an Ayurvedic practitioner for over 30 years. She's a graduate of Maharishi International University. Martha is the owner of Surya Spa, an Ayurvedic spa located in Los Angeles in downtown Santa Monica. Her specialty at Surya Spa is panchakarma. Panchakarma is a program of Ayurvedic detoxification designed to restore radiant health. Martha also has a product line at Surya Spa, both online and in person, oils, creams, and a variety of Ayurvedic personal care products. In our conversation today, I plan to explore with Martha how she has been instrumental in bringing Ayurveda to our modern life. Welcome, Martha.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I feel honored to be any time that I can share and I can bring Ayurveda to the world. I'm really happy about it because that's something that I wanted since the minute I finished Ayurveda at the Maharishi School. I said I want to bring this to the world because it did change my life.
Absolutely. Well, you're doing it, and actually that brings me to your tagline on your business, which is Ayurveda for modern life.
Yes.
And what does this mean to you, Ayurveda for modern life?
For me, it was there is, if you study Ayurveda, there's all these Sanskrit names and all these things are very complicated. And what I wanted to just make sure that people, when they know about Ayurveda and how to apply Ayurveda into your daily life, it will be in an easy way. So it would be in a way of also being in contact with what's happening to your body. So one of the things that I was thinking when I did this is like, oh, how am I feeling today? Am I feeling sluggish, or am I feeling too hot, or am I being too cold? That's just a feeling of that. And what is it that Ayurveda has to offer there? So Ayurveda has so many oils and so many, even food. If you are too hot and then you eat something spicy, your body is going to create more heat. So that's what I wanted to bring. And bring the conscious about people that Ayurveda for this modern fast and everybody just going. I wanted to create things that were easy to complement into your life.
I like what you said, that initially for you, Ayurveda was, how am I feeling today? Mm-hmm. Because I think we become so desensitized. And I'm sure you're familiar with the Ayurveda cookbook, What to Eat for How You Feel. Divya Alter's cookbook
from Divya, which is an
and I just love that title. So I love the way that you described Ayurveda in a way is really tuning in to how you're feeling. How am I feeling today? And maybe it's not the same as yesterday.
No, it could be not the same because like today here in California, 2 days ago or last week was raining. Yesterday was 101. So
yes.
No, I'm going to feel the same thing last week, and I'm going to feel right now. I'm not even going to wear the same clothes today that I'm going to last week.
Does that mean we can have watermelon today?
Watermelon today, yes. That would be something that definitely will help you cool down. And I don't know if the watermelons they are good right now.
Right, that's true. That's true. It's not. Yeah, exactly. Ready. I don't know if it's seasonal. Yeah.
Because if you think about it, which is so beautiful, also things that Ayurveda teaches is the change of the seasons. If you think about it, if you think about the past, just before the season is going to change, you see a lot of wind. Right. And then that's the part we're going right now. There's a lot of wind. Like last week, there was incredible amount of wind. Mm-hmm. So when that happens, and then you see it's starting to get hotter. And then now we're going into preparing for the summer.
Yeah, awesome.
In the summer yet. So the fruits and vegetables, some of them are coming, and then that's another thing that is very important. Even thought that we have modern life, or like you can have a watermelon brought from South America, where they grows all the time because, like in Colombia, where I'm from, there is watermelon all the time. There's melon all the time because it's tropical. So you can find all these fruits and all these vegetables there that we cannot find all the time here, because we have more. Even in California, we have some seasons, but in other parts of the United States, we have more seasons. So it's important that we're in the winter, because we have the ability to get a watermelon. Be conscious, do I need that watermelon right now?
Sure. Yeah. Just to really start tuning in. Yeah. And I like what you said about, Ayurveda can feel very foreign, especially to Americans that, they're not familiar with Sanskrit. Most people have heard of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha if they're in the wellness communities. But, how do we make Ayurveda more accessible? How do we really make it accessible for modern Americans?
Well, so that's one of the things that I was trying to do. And I did a course that is Modern Ayurveda for, and this is my website, you can get it. And I give incredible amount of information there on how living this modern life that is just so fast, and how you can, I have a lot of tips there that you can integrate into your life to be able to do that. And then, like I said at the beginning, understanding is what is that I'm feeling. And then learning all the different things that Ayurveda has there to offer you. So you learn these tricks, like little tricks and little things that is there because the nature produces it. Like I said before, in the winter, the earth is going to produce, in the summer, right now, is going to start producing more fruits and vegetables that are going to help us to cool down our body and to be able to go through the summer. So learning these things and not being just like, oh, I want to eat a watermelon right now, even if this hot. It's like, is it the right time for my body to be able to receive this? It's a little bit until I'm more, and there's more heat, and then I do need it. So learning the fruits and vegetables, or having the book from Divya, which is amazing. It's just learning those little tricks and then cooking that for every day, or being aware of that, then your life is going to be so much better. Your health is going to be so much better. Your mental state is going to be so much better.
Sure. I like what you said, that if we're really tuned in, Ayurveda is going to help us realize that nature supports us.
Yes.
And that we're really bringing in the support of nature with Ayurveda.
Yes.
Right now, especially in California, but all over the US, it's 2 years into the pandemic, everyone is, stress is definitely a big issue. And how is Ayurveda helpful for our overstressed nervous system?
Well, that's one of the most amazing things that Ayurveda has to offer, especially for stressed people. During what I recommend to everyone to do every day is Abhyanga. And Abhyanga is a self-massage, but also you can come to Surya Spa and get a massage, and it's done by 2 people, and it's called Abhyanga also at the same time. But applying the oil to yourself every day, and doing the massage every day, and doing all your joints and moving that is going to calm down your nervous system. So if you start your day with a massage, which is appropriate again of what your dosha is and what is that you're feeling, if you're feeling too much hot or too much. So there's different oils also that you apply. We have the Vata, the Pitta, and the Kapha oil, and we have the slimming oil. So if you know what is that you're feeling and what is happening to your body, you do the massage every day with this, and also according to the season, applying that. So if you do this every day, your stress levels are going to be better. Meditation, that's one of the things that got me into Ayurveda. That it was because I was into computer science before, and a friend of mine told me about TM, and then he said, would you like to go to the university in Iowa? And one of the requirements for that is I needed to learn TM. I didn't know what TM was then, and then I went to the TM center and learned about it, and I was like, okay, I want to learn. And literally, I was so stressed out because I was working for IBM and I was working for Apple.
I know. I heard a little bit about your background on other interviews, and that's quite quite a shift for you.
Yes.
Is, and I think you shared also that you really felt that transcendental meditation paved the way for you.
Yes. So when I learned to meditate, and then this is an answer for what you're stressed. So I was so stressed out. I learned to meditate, and then I sit down to close my eyes, and I start meditating. And literally, I start feeling dizzy, nauseous, and I went to my teacher, and next day, because you have to go for 3 days.
Right.
I went to my teacher and was like, yeah, I don't think this is for me. I like really feel every time I close my eyes and I start meditating, I start feeling really nauseated and dizzy. And doesn't feel good. And then he said, that's your vata, that's your mind, that your stress level that you're managing right now is just too high. And then you need to just keep doing it. And believe me, this is going to help you so much. So I keep doing it. And then it definitely, the dizziness and the nausea, all that disappear. And I start realizing that stress that I was living every day is just like a lift. And then I felt every day. I do this. I learned in 1988, October 28, 1988. And as of today, I meditate every day, twice a day. I did the cities.
Right. Yeah.
School, so it's a longer meditation, but I do meditate an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, every day.
Well, that's amazing. Well, I've heard Deepak Chopra say that when somebody says they don't have time to meditate, he says, well, you need to meditate twice as much.
That's a good one.
Or if you know how people will say, I'm too busy to meditate.
Yes.
But those are really great suggestions that, the Abhyanga, because it's going to, you can both do that as a self massage, and you obviously can have the treatment at Surya Spa.
Yeah.
Meditation.
The massaging if you can massage your hair with oil, because the nervous system gets control. When you come to Surya Spa and you have a Shirodhara, which is the dripping on your forehead, that is incredible for stress and brings stress that is embedded into your tissues out. So when you put the oil in your hair and then it touches your third eye, and then the marma points that go up in here is gonna totally relax your body. And then literally when people are getting this treatment, sometimes we see like the people moving and it's just
they're releasing stress
of the stress. So if you feel totally stressed out and then you receive these two treatments, the Abhyanga and the Shirodhara together, it's an amazing way of doing it. But if you cannot do this, meditation is so an amazing way of not letting, your body has bodily functions that we go every day. We go to the bathroom. The same thing, the mind needs to do that, to be able to release that. So that's the way I see meditation more of a way to release.
Well, I've never quite heard it described that way, but it's if we don't, it's kind of a release for the mind, a release of stress.
Yes.
So it's, that's really great. Now, panchakarma, can you tell our audience what it is and how it helps people?
So panchakarma, Ayurveda recommends to do panchakarma every change of the season. Why? Because each season, like I said, the wind moves and then the season comes, there is accumulation of that season. So that means there is accumulation of the winter. What is an accumulation of the winter? It's accumulation of kapha. So the winter is more, the body becomes more sluggish, is more, there is more tendency to get colds, more tendency to get more mucus. So there is accumulation of that. So Ayurveda recommends, let's take that out and clean your body before the spring comes. And the same thing so on for each one of the different seasons, and the different things that happens into the body. So panchakarma, what it does is just facilitates to take all that. We are so bombarded every day with all the toxins from not only food, environmental, the air that, like, for example, that we breathe here and that I live here in Los Angeles is very, very toxic. If you see in the plane, you can see how toxic it is.
And noise, the noise as well.
Noise, So
Yeah, I mean,
all this gets to accumulate into your tissues, into your bodily tissues. And when this gets accumulated, it's important to take them out because the body is not going to function. So it's like if you have a road here and the roads go here, so there's no connection. So the body cannot function the same way when it's just like toxic. Like the best way I can explain to my clients is like, if you think about when you, like now you have to do less because of the electric cars, but if you think about it, before, when you have to change the cartridge in the car for the
sure, the oil change,
and then you take the oil change and see all
right.
that. So that's kind of like the best way I can tell them, like, look, you do it for your car, you need to do it for yourself. So all that is sluggishness that gets from the toxins, and the food today is so full of different chemicals and toxins that the body really cannot function that way. So panchakarma is a way of detoxing, getting the detoxification from all these things, and also rejuvenate your body, because it's going to help. After people do panchakarma, their skin is so amazingly beautiful. The energy comes back to the body, and it's why, because you can just connect when the body was not connecting before. So when you take and clean all that cartridge that I was saying from the car, is the same thing. You clean your intestines, because we do different treatments like the Abhyanga, like I said, that is the forehand, very relaxing. And then we do the Vartana, which is like a scrub to help move toxins out of sorry, we're coming in science with
sure
fat tissue and the muscle tissue. And then it just like creating more circulation to the body to be able to get those things out of the tissues.
Sure.
And then we have the Pinda Surena for people that have too much heat in the body. So like women, for example, when they get during the time of the menopause, there starts to be a lot of heat, which is a normal thing that happens to the body. And then when you offer a woman like yesterday, actually, I had someone that I gave her a Pinda Surena, and she was, after that, she was like, I feel like a different person. I feel like I think, like I can think. So doing all the different treatments of depending what the body needs at that point. And then panchakarma offers these things to balance the body again, to become like, I can function, I cannot be stressed out. And then your stomach, your digestive system starts to work well, your skin starts looking glowing and beautiful. So panchakarma is like this, I call it like an umbrella. Ayurveda is an umbrella to be able to it has all these different like you see an umbrella has all these different
the different spokes.
So
like
I see that every spoke's like different things that Ayurveda offers.
You have a variety of treatments that you can offer.
Yes.
Depending on what their imbalance, what they need, what their needs are.
So at that point, we do then we decide. And how do we decide that? Through beautiful.
Yeah.
Through taking the pulse. So I take the pulse, and when I take the pulse of someone, I'm looking at the different doses. So I like, you have too much heat, or you have too much cold, or you have too much sluggishness. So we need to move that. And that point is when in Panchakarma, I decide, okay, this is the treatment that you need today. So we're going to calm you down, or we're going to cool you down, or we're going to energize you. And then when you do that and balance the body, and you take too much of the sluggishness, you're going to feel energy. So you're going to feel great. If a person has too much heat during the panchakarma, we'll take it out, and then so that person is not going to feel like it's drying anymore, because you have too much heat, you're going to be too dry, and you're going to feel also not sleeping well, because the heat also not going to help you feel okay. So when you balance the body and bring it back to the normal self, panchakarma was able to do that. In very simple, you can do 7 days, you can do 14 days, 21 days, 28 days. It all depends on what is it that we're treating at that point. Then we do the panchakarma longer or shorter. But what Ayurveda recommends to do the 7 days at the beginning, to go through all the different 7 tissues. And the 7 tissues that I've been talking about, it is like the lymph, the blood, the muscle, the fat, the bone marrow, and the reproductive system. So when the toxins get sluggish into these 7 different tissues, that's when panchakarma comes there, and through the incredible amount of oil and the preparation that you have to do before, which is very important to mention. You have to eat a little bit of ghee.
This is the home, when your clients do panchakarma, you send them you have a home protocol that, so tell me a little bit about that home protocol and what's required before they come in.
So the home prep is like you have to eat certain amount of ghee. And Ayurveda likes ghee because the ghee is a lipid. So it's going to bind the toxins.
Yes.
Move them to your GI tract. Sure. And then on the 5th day.
So it's taking the toxins from various places in the body.
Everywhere.
And bringing them into the GI tract.
The GI tract. And then you feel it. And even people feel when they're detoxing, they're having headaches. They don't feel sometimes that great because you are moving these toxins out.
Yeah.
Then you feel sluggish. You don't feel that great. But some people that they don't have too much toxins, they actually start feeling more energetic, and they don't feel it as much. It all depends on what is happening to your body.
Sure.
How much of, like, you know, surgeries, when you do a surgery, you get some of the anesthesia still inside into your tissues. When you have any of the medicines that stay into your body's not gonna needs to be pulled out. You need to take that out.
So it just depends on their unique situation.
Yes. So when you take the ghee is gonna push this into your GI tract, and then we do a little bit of castor oil. And people are really afraid of castor oil. Castor oil is not that bad. It's like literally you take 2 tablespoons and then you pass them with a little bit of tea or juice, and then it just makes you go to the bathroom and all that stuff comes out. And then comes the fun part, when you come and then you do the panchakarma, and we'll take the head, and then we'll do the forehand synchronized massage, and then to lymphatic massage to start moving all the toxins out, and sometimes make you sweat, sometimes make you cool. And like I said, all depends on whatever is happening. Then we have, Ayurveda has many treatments. I have like about 40 different treatments that we do here. And depends on what is happening with you, we'll do them. And then it will be so much better, much better.
That's great. Yeah. I know your ethos that you've described and your principles are, we love to heal, and we know that love generates healing. Can you tell our audience about the relationship between love and healing?
Love and healing is, if you, it's just so simple. If someone comes and yell at you, you're going to feel like, whoa. Yeah. But if someone comes and come and I give you a hug, and then come and I take you, and the way we do here in Surya and all the clients, and if you go read what people said, it's like the love that how we do this and how we treat the people that go through panchakarma, and respect what they go through, because the people go sometimes through rough time, because this is
sure. Yeah, talk about the panchakarma and the emotional components of panchakarma.
So normally in the first day is like, oh, amazing. The second and third day and fourth day, people have some rough time, because when this emotional component, which are things that we have sometimes in the liver, because the liver stores a lot of emotions, and when all this starts to come out, then there is sadness, there is anger, there is not satisfaction, there is this like feeling that I don't feel I don't feel good. So when we let go of these emotions that also cause, for me, I believe that these emotions that are stored into your body, when we take them out, we take diseases away. Because what is disease? This is something that does not make you easy, that it not makes life easy. So it makes you that emotion, and you carry it into your body. And if you think about it, if you start thinking about it, what happened when you were growing up, and then, or something traumatic, is still in your body. So sometimes during panchakarma, these things come up, and then you get emotional to bring these things out, and through tears or to anger, and then and then it passes. And like the fourth or the fifth day, then you feel amazing.
Sure.
When this comes out, it's amazing. And then
I love that. I love that component because I think that's a lesser known component of panchakarma, that there's an emotional healing that starts to happen with regular panchakarma, as well as physical detox, you know. So and I've also heard with panchakarma that if someone's doing it, let's say twice a year or even more regularly, that each panchakarma is different, and the healing is, it can be deeper and deeper. Have you, is that something that you can speak about? Or
yes, of course. It is like the first time I did panchakarma, that I was at the university and I did panchakarma. I literally said, I don't know why I'm studying this. This is just making me so aggravated. I don't want to do this. This is like horrible. I don't feel great. I feel like this is not a good thing. And then I went
you were questioning your decision, in other words.
Yes, because when I was going through that, I was like, oh my God, like going to the bathroom and all these things are coming out. And then you can imagine how many panchakarmas I've done since 1990, that my first one, until now. And how amazing, how different are all of them that I'm doing. Because sometimes I do get really aggravated and some stuff comes, depends of how much of the stress and the things, or anger or whatever that is I store into my tissues. And sometimes it's like, oh, this is just so amazing, so blissful, because that's the other thing. When you receive an abhyanga, synchronized abhyanga by two people, you transcend. I don't know, have you ever experienced an abhyanga?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
And it's just such an amazing feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like what Maharishi used to say when we did the 33 lessons, that it was these lessons that we had to do at university at the beginning. And then I remember he was saying that, how could you describe what a strawberry tastes like? And then everybody would just like, I cannot tell how strawberry tastes like, because, well, it is like a blueberry, but it's not like a blueberry. It's like a raspberry, but like in between a blackberry and raspberry. You really cannot explain that.
Right. So, he's really indicating that you have to experience it.
Yes. So you have to experience it to be able to really do that. So, when you having this abhyanga done, and then you have this transcendence, that's what this said, I cannot, it's not a thing that you can explain until you actually really feel it. And then when you go into this transcendence, what happens to the body? It just goes to such a bliss and beautiful state.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That really is. I know on your website you have a program that's called 1 Year Transformation, and you indicate you won't become a different person, you'll become the best version of yourself.
Yes. that means the transformational program.
Because some people want to transform and they want to become something completely different. But what do you see for when working with clients? How do you encourage them to be the best version of themselves?
Well, when you have all these, it's like something just came to my mind. If you have your trash can, and your trash can is full of things and smelling really bad, and you want to just take it back and throw it and put it in the trash, and then have someone pick it up and take it to the landfills. And so if you have,
I love all your analogies, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Those are great. Yeah, it's just telling it like it is.
So if you have the opportunity of like every 3 months, every change of the season, to take that back and put it to clean it, so then you are ready, and not only clean it we're talking about the smell of the different smells, of especially the smelling one. When we say a bag full of trash that has been there for a long time, and then when you clean it out, and then you put a new bag, and then it feels like, So
sure.
that's the same way. So when we do the transformational, and then you go through, the body goes through these changes every change of the season, and then you take all that garbage out. Your body is going to be different. Your mind is going to be different. The judgmental way of that you see this, the greediness that you get this, all that is going to be gone.
Right. You start letting go of the kind of the hindrances, the negative things, like the obstacles that
the mind is
the mind is creating all those obstacles. So you start letting
it
go.
Comes from what is inside.
Right. Absolutely. And just the accumulation of a certain amount of negativity.
Yes. So when we go to the transformational program, so then people get to do the 4 times of the panchakarma. They learn to get TM.
Oh, great.
That's one of the things that for me I think is very important. But if the person already learned it, then we have, and it's not meditating, then I recommend to go to the TM center and do some check of the meditation. So
they do a check-in,
asking the person to, okay, let's start meditating again, and then kind of reminding the body to do that. And then reminding the mind that you can be in this incredible blissful time, that you don't need to be suffering all the time.
Right.
So then you do the panchakarma every season, and then we work with Howard Wills. So Howard Wills is a healer that I met from Hawaii. He's actually from North Carolina, but
it Howard, WILLS? How do you say
WILLS? Yeah, Wills.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yes, his website, and so he. I've learned so many things with him, because what he gets to have some session with the people that are doing transformation, because he talks about cleaning your lineage.
Oh, about the ancestral healing. Yeah.
So we do think that it's just us, but we do carry our ancestors, and then you get married, and then you get your husbands.
Right, you got 2 sets
that you got to carry this, and that's one of the things that if we learn, use these people, and the way I see it is like the people, my mom, what I have to learn from my mom, with the hard time that I have with my mom at the beginning of my life, not having my father being in my field, because my mother he never did anything for us, for my brother and I, and then having forgiving.
Yes, because the forgiving is not, with forgiving, it's about your peace of mind.
Yes.
Not about the other person. So
exactly. And having
we have to want that. We have to, and that's important for our health.
Yes.
So it's really important. Okay.
When he talks about it, and the beautiful prayers is like, God, for me, my family, and all humanity through all time, past, present, and future. Please help us forgive all people. Help all people forgive us. Help us forgive ourselves. We can forgive each other. Help us love each other, love ourselves. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. That's just a little piece of one of the prayers. And every time I meet someone, or like what I did at the beginning before we started the podcast, where I was just cleaning our lineage, our meeting you in my life. You came to my life to teach me something today. So, and I wanted to forgive and have love and have peace with you before I did this. So I clear whatever karma I have with you. So this is one of the beautiful
that's really beautiful. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
So then if you
is that what you were doing those few minutes before we met?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's really special. Thank you.
And I do that with everybody I meet, because everybody that comes to me is because I had some interaction in my past life or somehow before. So I want to clear that and start a new way of starting.
Right.
So when you do the transformational, you get to do some sessions with Howard, because
that's wonderful.
That's another part that you need to work out in order to be able to have your body to be able to function in a good way. Because for example, if you have your right shoulder is hurting a lot, and then so he does uh, the right side is the men's side, the left side is the women's side, and it changes in the men and the women. So then you will have some pain in your right shoulder, and then he will do the prayer to forgive your father, your boyfriend, your husband, your male part of that. And he does the prayer, and suddenly it tells you move your arm, and the pain is gone.
Right. Yeah. Because because of the emotional component of what we're storing in the body. But
Exactly.
I love that. So this total transformation, you're offering your clients seasonal panchakarma, meaning at the change of each season.
Yes.
And also reintroducing or introducing them to transcendental meditation.
Yes.
Really cleaning the mind, working with the mind. And also this component of ancestral healing and the family healing.
Yeah.
So those are really wonderful. And what has the feedback been from your clients who've done that?
Well, not many people have the money to do that because it's expensive.
Right.
But
of course.
The people the people that done it, this lady, she said that's coming to my mind right now. Her life just totally changed.
Beautiful.
Because she was at the beginning. The person that I'm thinking was a little bit suicidal, and she had all these things actually with her family. And she was really afraid of going to this trip that she needed to go. And I'm like, you need to go. You need to just learn why this is for you. Your kids want to go. You don't want to go. Go. Be with them. Learn what is that you need to learn.
Right.
And you're gonna feel.
Yeah, I know. Avoiding situations doesn't necessarily heal them. So.
They will come back later because
exactly.
you have to learn. If you think about it, many times in your life that happens. Until you don't learn this, it's going to continue happening.
Absolutely. Shifting a little bit, we're headed toward the summer season, which is Pitta season. What are the best ways that you suggest to clients to stay cool and calm?
Cool and calm. Okay. So let's come back again to food.
Sure.
Food will be one of the things that I will say is really think about what are the things that cool down the body. If you think about it, what are the fruits that come during the summer? So we talked about watermelon, all the watermelon, the melons, and if you think about one of the vegetables, one of the fruits that in the Caribbean, when it's hot, what it grows there in abundance? Coconut. Yeah. So the coconut, it is an amazing cooling thing that you can do. I have in my website this drink that I created I had some people that had a lot of pitta. Pitta's heat in the body. So I had this drink that I created. One day, this client had incredible hives everywhere. And I'm like, I need to cool her right down now. So I got coconut water, coconut meat. I put some cilantro, and I put some aloe vera. And then I mix that, and I put a little bit of chlorophyll. And I mix that. When I mixed it, and then I drink it to her, literally 15, 20 minutes, the hives were gone.
And she was probably smiling.
She probably smiled. Before that, she was not.
I'm sure. That's amazing. I like the fact you added the aloe vera to it. That's great.
So aloe vera is something that is going to help you cool down. So
right, of course. Yeah.
Like if you go to the sun and if you get burned, put aloe vera on your skin. And aloe vera will rejuvenate and will take that heat out, and it will rejuvenate your skin because you just damaged your skin. So it will be something that it will actually repair the skin.
Right.
So having things that are cooling, cucumber is really amazing. Cucumber, coconut, watermelon, melon, cilantro, and then stay away from anything spicy. Because if you eat hot, spicy food, your body is gonna get really hot, and that's not gonna make you feel better. So it's gonna create more heat. One of the things because a lot of people love spicy food. It's crazy.
Yes, yeah.
And especially the pitta people like.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Love more spicy food. So and then they are having heartburn and having problems with the heart, having heart palpitations.
Sure. So how do they satisfy that craving? Because, you know, in Ayurveda we say like increases like.
Yes.
So, and opposites pacify.
Yeah.
You know, how do you work with clients who, you know, a pitta client who loves hot, spicy food, and how do you satisfy that craving without, you know, just exacerbating the pitta in the body?
That's a very good question. If you cool the body, they start having the desire not to do that.
Okay, so really
a little bit more of sweetness, because it's sweetness.
Okay.
And then so I do a little bit of coconut sugar, dates that brings sweetness. Yeah, so it's sweet.
Yes,
because that's what a pitta needs. Pitta's hot, angry. So
right, they need that sweetness, and they need to just chill a little bit and relax. You know?
Yes, exactly. When you have all these things that actually the season produces, you go to the farmer's market and you're going to get everything that is going to cool you down. It's right there. You just have to just prepare salads. Do a watermelon salad that is absolutely delicious. But what I was saying about the pitta people, so this is the way I see it. And then when I explain it to people, go like, oh my God, you're totally right. So I tell them, I want you to think about you're having a spoon of something that is very spicy. The thing that you like, that you find the spiciest thing. Now imagine put it in your mouth. So you're going to put it in your mouth. Now I'm going to tell you, do not swallow it. Hold it in your mouth.
Okay.
So now you have this very hot, spicy thing in your mouth. Then I tell him, what happens to your body? And the person said, well, I just want to swallow it. And I don't get it. Don't swallow it. Just stay with it there. What's happening to your mouth? Your mouth is burning. Your body's heating. You're starting to sweat. Your face starts to sweat. And then, or you spit it out or you swallow it down. Yeah.
Right. They probably find it challenging to keep it in their mouth if it's really spicy, you know.
So then I tell them, now you just eat it and you swallow it down. But because we have all these taste buds in the mouth and all these senses in the mouth, we're able to say, okay, this is too hot. I need to spit it out, and I'm not, or I cannot stay with this in my mouth. I have to take it out.
Actually, that's interesting. I've never heard of that approach for kind of changing a food habit.
So then I ask him, I'm like, if this was happening to your mouth, what is happening to your intestines?
Yeah. Okay.
What is happening with the ACL, the acid that your body is producing, and plus that acid, what is happening is burning your stomach. And why you have heartburn? Of course, because you're carrying this incredible acidity in there from all this heat. So the person normally that have that, they want to feel better. So they want to do anything to not. So if I tell them do not eat any spicy, they're gonna go like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand why you're saying that. After that, they understand it. And then I have them stop doing that for 3 or 4 months, because that's another thing. When people have too much heat, then also they have a lot of redness in the skin. And that also starts, when they stop that, or they get in acne, that's another thing that it could happen too.
Yeah, it comes out through the skin.
Yeah, so through the skin, the pitta comes. So then I tell them, stop for 2 or 3 months of doing that. And the person stops, and then 3 months later, I tell them, do the same spicy that you were doing then, and they said they cannot do it. That they can imagine it's how they were doing that before.
Yeah, well, they didn't necessarily appreciate the full impact.
Yes.
You know, so that's awesome. Well, that actually brings me to the skin. In Ayurveda, I think this was your quote, what you put on the skin is as important as what you put in your mouth.
And again, I'm going to go back to the same thing. If you eat all this spicy food, the liver is going to get aggravated, and it's not going to be able to be able to process all this heat, and the liver is going to take it out through the skin.
Right.
And you're going to get rashes.
Yeah.
You're going to get red in the skin.
Yes.
And you're going to get
It's
eczema.
it's trying to the body's trying to detoxify through the skin.
So
So
it's very important that if
Yeah.
you take this product and then you look and it has 50 things that you cannot even pronounce, you're putting chemicals in your body, and the
Right.
body's not going to be able to process this. So
Right.
just think about the fact that you put something in your body, and this is something that modern medicine just discovered very recently, that if
Sure.
you put a cream in here like they're doing now with the hormones, they're
Yeah.
the body gets affected. But Ayurveda and
Right.
Chinese medicine knew this thousands of years. We've been doing this for thousands of years. When we do the Ayurvedic oils, like the ones I make, they are all herbalized, and they have all different herbs that are good for the Vata, for the Pitta, for the Kapha. And we put them through the skin, and they go through the skin. So putting and eating things that are not good for your body, your body's gonna react somehow. And so when the body's too toxic, the liver's too toxic, is gonna come back to your skin.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Ayurveda has many treatments. They call them multimodality: food is medicine, Vedic astrology, Jyotish, mantra, Vastu, yoga. Can you elaborate a little bit on this? Because it's not, people think about Ayurveda and it's one thing, but it's really so many things.
Yeah, remember at the beginning when I was talking about the umbrella?
Sure. Yeah.
That's the way I saw Ayurveda when I learned it. It was like, oh my God, I have this umbrella here. So we're talking about Jyotish. Jyotish is an astrology, and it changed my life too. So this thing that I have here is a yellow sapphire, and this was
beautiful
yellow sapphire I got, and this changed my life because this brings my Jupiter in my chart, which is like very is the house of desires. So putting this jewel in my body, what it does is the light comes through the stone, and the vibration of that stone and the vibration of that planet comes with the qualities of that. So this was my first, and I learned it through Jyotish. So when they did the Jyotish, they do first the birth chart, where they tell you, oh, you are this or that, or this happened, or your parents, or your brother, or your sister, or whatever is happening. But you can do a lecture where you're gonna know what is happening to you the next year. And
you can look at what's going to be happening prospectively.
Yes. Yeah. And they give you remedies. So this was a remedy for me, and it became a remedy for my entire life. Since then I got another one, which is another yellow sapphire to put in your finger. It's better to put in your fingers, but because I do the treatments, I prefer to have them. But
it's important that it touches your skin.
So that's very good that you remind me of that. So these stones are made in a way that, I don't know if you can see it, but they're a way that it touches my skin all the time.
They're somewhat flat to the skin. Yeah.
No, it actually comes like this to the skin.
Oh, it comes like that. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
And then again is the quality of the stone. Again. So if the stone has inclusions and it's not, if the stone is not taken from the ground at the right time, is the stone is not bathed, and is the stone that you don't have the mantra that goes with the stone is going to work no matter what, but you can liven it and make it better if you know these things. So Jyotish will teach you all these things. Jyotish will have remedies for example, at some point, one Jyotish reader, Jyotishi told me, you need to work on your Saturn this time. So
we never like to hear about Saturn.
No, sorry. You need to feed a black animal.
Oh my goodness! And
so I had to.
You must have laughed. Did you laugh about that?
I was like, I'm gonna get a black animal, and I was thinking, who's black? And then I was like, crows. Then I learned that if you put black sesame seeds, the crows love it, so they will come.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that about black sesame seeds and crows.
And then I was like, okay, a black dog, so I'm not just gonna do that. And then one day to my husband, they told him that to feed a monkey. I'm like, oh my god, how am I gonna feed a monkey? So we went to the zoo and we feed a monkey. But those are things that feeding a monkey. Why would you feed a monkey? Monkey is a representation of Hanuman, and and Hanuman is the god of moving all the obstacles, and he opens the heart he's going to move a mountain because this is what it needs to be done. And so why you feed a monkey? Because he needed some help with that. So you feed the monkey and you get that. And these things kind of sound crazy, but
they can, like, you can find them. But there's a I think what I'm hearing is that if you're willing to go to the zoo and feed a monkey, then you're sending the message to the universe and to the cosmos that you're willing to work on your stuff.
Yes, exactly.
And you're willing to shift this energy.
Yeah.
And to do what it takes.
Exactly. So Jyotish is one of them. The other one is yoga. Right. Like when I started working in Ayurveda, when I graduated in 1992, I would say Ayurveda or yoga, and people will not know about this. Yeah. And
no. I mean, absolutely. 30 years ago.
Pretty much is everywhere. You can go and take a yoga class right now, in the middle of the day, and you will have a fantastic class. And there is
absolutely.
So being yoga and the real yoga, when you really put like I do asanas every morning, and then you really do this, it's amazing what happens to your body. But not doing yoga that is going to be like too more like aerobic. No, you need to just
it's a little different than gym yoga.
Exactly.
Unless you're kapha, and then maybe a little bit of that is good.
Yeah, a little of that is good, but no, that's why we have here, when you come and do the retreats, we have the dosha. So it depends on whatever it is, we do the yoga that you need. So you need a calming or energizing, or cooling. So yoga is the other thing. The other thing is Gandharva bed.
Yep.
Gandharva bed is like so beautiful. How the sound, like
for the audience, for our audience who doesn't know what Gandharva Veda is, could you describe it?
Oh yeah, so it's a divine music.
Yes,
it's divine music. So is the sound, the way they do it. Like, have you ever? I'm sure you've listened to the Rain Raga.
Yes, I have. Yes.
And it's just the way.
And I love the morning, like the 6 to 10 a.m. I find that so energizing.
Yeah. So when they play the sitar, and when they play this music the way they play it, it's like, for me, it's like the music of your nervous system. It's like every time they do the strings, like they're stringing through your nervous system.
Sure.
Because it's just like, or when I hear Samaveda, and it's just like, it just helps me bring and put my body in totally different state of consciousness. So that's another thing that Ayurveda has to offer.
Right, is the healing qualities of sound, the reverberation of consciousness.
Yeah, like I have, let me show you these beautiful things that I have here.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And this has all the different elements of the body, all the elements. And then and this is just the sound. It's like you said, look at the reaction that you have just listening to this.
I like how it looks as well.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
So this one is for kapha.
Oh,
so this is the earth. Yeah.
Is that something that you sell, or is that?
No, you can get it. These are the
Okay.
koji bells, and you can get them on
Right.
the internet. So
Okay.
they are really beautiful. There's a set of 4, and they're very, very beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah.
And then the last one is the Vastu.
Yes, Vastu.
The Vastu is like so amazing. It's like if you put this in your house here, or you put, it's very similar to the Feng Shui, but
Right.
Vastu sees it in a little bit different than the Feng Shui.
Yeah.
So having the Brahmasan, which is like the middle part of the house, and having the light coming through the lights.
Have you thought about the Vastu in terms of designing your spa?
Maybe that's thank you for asking that. At this point, I'm thinking to start doing more retreats, but not, we're going to actually start doing some retreats in Oregon.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm planning to build a Vastu place.
More of a Vastu, okay.
In Kauai. So I just actually came from the trip a week and a half ago, where we're looking where we're going to do.
That is amazing. And you're going to have it where people can go on retreats. They can do panchakarma.
They can do panchakarma. So we're going to do
and you're going to design it in such a way that it's enhancing the elements with Vastu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have the land perfect. I just found it. I saw it and felt it, and then now we're just gonna start to try to build it and do it totally in a form that it would be great for an Ayurvedic clinic.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
And then we're starting to do the retreats, and we're gonna do a retreat May 20th to May 28th in Oregon, Bend, Oregon.
Oh, so you're starting them?
Yeah, I'm starting them, but not. I have 2 places, one in Kauai that is
right.
Probably is going to be ready soon, and the Oregon one is in a beautiful resort where is sacred junipers. It's a sacred juniper tree. It's like, I don't know how many acres, but it's just, and then you can see the mountains and you can see the snow, and
that sounds amazing.
Yeah. So
wow. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is that on your website if people want to look at it?
It's going to be in the website very soon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The retreat is going to be, and it's going to have the sound baths, and there is a beautiful.
And you're going to be in a natural setting, and it'll be, you won't have the LA traffic.
No. And then we're going to have the sound baths, and we're going to do, there is a cave there that it was made by lava.
Oh my goodness.
So I want to do a sound bath in there for the people that are doing it, and I want to go with people and pick up herbs around and teach them how to make your own oil, and then we're going to do a little bit of Ayurvedic cooking. And
this is going to, wow, that's phenomenal. Wow. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. So wow. Yeah. Also, Ayurveda, one of the primary principles in Ayurveda is removing the root cause and being willing to look at the root cause. And what do you see the significance of that is in Ayurveda, and particularly in lifestyle and consciousness in terms of removing the root cause?
Well,
and also, having worked with clients for decades, what are the major obstacles that you've seen with clients?
Well, let's talk about the root cause. So let's say I have a headache. Yeah. And then if I can take a Tylenol, take the Tylenol, and which I don't do that.
Sure.
You take it. Yeah. Take a Tylenol, and then the headache is gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then some other, like maybe 2-3 days, I have again another headache. And then I'm just like, okay, I'll take another Tylenol, like many people do, or take an Advil or a Tylenol or any ibuprofen, any kind of those things, and then you take the headache away. But do you really understand why is that you're getting a headache? What is it? Maybe you have some too much spicy, or maybe you're having too much heat in your body, or maybe you're having too much stress. So it's important to look at the root, because if you really go and look into that if you are having too much stress and maybe you meditate, then you because I want one of the things that meditation helped me. I used to have horrible headaches, but to the point that it was really debilitating.
Yeah.
I learned to meditate
Mhm.
because I used to take that, and sometimes I even had to put injections because the pain was so intense.
Wow.
Then I learned to meditate, and I started changing my food, and I don't have headaches.
That's
And that's
awesome.
when you look at the root of what is causing, what is happening to your body.
Right.
What is causing? What is the food that I'm putting? What is the things that I'm smelling? What are the creams that I'm putting? What are in your house toxic things that it could be mold, could be something that is created. So the cause could be nothing in your body, it could be something external, could be mold. But if you take that person
Sure.
into an environment where there's no mold, the person starts to feel better.
Absolutely. And Americans particularly seem to have issues with actually looking and being willing to look at the root cause and to take steps to address it.
Of course, much easier to take a pill.
Right. Pill for an L.
Yeah.
So in that particular area, which I know you've had a lot of experience with, what are the things that you've done with your clients that have been most effective with, you don't want to have a heavy hand with a client in terms of, how can you gently bring them to a place of being willing to really take responsibility for their own healing?
Well, you have to see where they are. Yeah.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
one
sure.
of the most important thing where they are. So I'm very sensitive to that. To like some people, I can give them a list this big to do. Some
Sure.
people, I give them a list this to do.
Yeah.
And it just depends. Because if I give that person this list and that person is not ready to even receive it, you're going to waste your time.
Right.
So if I get that person to do one thing, that's all. The one thing.
Okay. No, that's good advice. So really meeting people where they are.
Meeting people where they are. And then I decide, okay, you are going to do this. I recommend to do this. I recommend this on this or that, or I recommend only this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Well, I want to be respectful of your time. So we're at the 1 hour mark.
Yeah.
I'd like to just shift to, I usually conclude with just 5 quick questions and, short answers that.
Yeah, no problem.
That'd be wonderful. Okay. It's funny now I can't read my writing. Isn't that funny? Oh, here we go. Number 1, your top Ayurvedic wellness tip for men.
For men.
Top 1 Ayurvedic wellness tip for men.
For men, I would say, please be more in touch with your body.
Right.
Because
that's excellent. Just, anything you can do to get more in touch with your body.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily include going to the gym.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Your favorite book on Ayurveda?
Oh, wow. That's so hard.
I know. And it doesn't have to be,
this
is your favorite book. It doesn't have to be a beginner guide.
Okay. The best book, my best one is the Charaka Samhita. I love.
Okay, the original, you're going back to the original text.
Yeah, but that's for really Ayurveda that I've studied and understand everything. But the book that I really recommend, where it explains the panchakarma, where it explains the vata, the pitta, the kapha, the foods, that everything is this book.
And for those who are listening, this book is Ayurveda, the Science of Self-Healing by Dr. Vasant Lad, who is the founder of the Ayurvedic Institute in New Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an awesome book. And it's a short book too.
Yes, and then it was explain everything, all the nasya, the vartana, the panchakarma, everything, the enemas, the ghee, the everything, all the food, how does it affect your body, the vata, the pitta, the kapha, everything, and the quality of the food. Yeah,
absolutely. Excellent recommendation. The best advice you have ever received?
I still say, I would say the same thing, learning TM.
Thank you. That's awesome. That's perfect. Brought you on your current journey, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
So, the person who most inspires you in your life and in your Ayurvedic, the person who has most inspired you in your Ayurvedic practice, and why?
I will not say there is one person. Everybody inspires me. Every client that I see every day. And
that's beautiful.
Client that comes out of those rooms, or every client that do panchakarma and 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months later comes and say, I'm better and I feel better and I feel amazing and I'm here again. Those are the people that inspired me to continue doing this and loving everything I do every day.
That's beautiful. Thank you. And oh, look, I have a question that's duplicate. So we're done with 4 questions. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Martha, thank you so much. Now, where can people find you? And I know you've talked about your plans in Kauai and the retreat that you have in Bend, Oregon in May. But anything new else that's new on the horizon that you'd like our audience to hear about?
Well, we have, that I would recommend everyone to do panchakarma, or even if you cannot do, come and really experience what Ayurveda has to give you, even with one Abhyanga and one Shirodhara. The way they can get a hold of us, we have our main flagship here in California, in Santa Monica, which is,
and that's suryaspa.com.
suryaspa.com. And then you can also see the course that I show you there that also will help with that. And then we have all the different products, the Collagen Cream, which is, people really, really like it. And they have that Collagen Cream is made with incredible oils, and it's made with 4 different milks. And it's just made with so much love, and it's done with the moon and the mantras and the way that should be done, the way Ayurveda teaches us to do it, the traditional way. We have the face oil, again, that a lot of people love it. And we have all the different tools, that the principal tools that people need to be able to feel better when they feel too aggravated or too sluggish. And so we have all the tools there to be able to do that. So if you go on the website, and there is a place when you said, how do I feel? And then you go aggravated, and then it's all the list of things that you
okay. That's probably something that people feel a lot in modern day, aggravated, but hopefully not if they're practicing Ayurveda.
And meditation.
And meditation, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Martha. I so appreciate you. I'll have all that in the show notes as well. Okay. In terms of your upcoming events, your website.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks so much for being on the Healthy Peaceful podcast today.